Cody Rhodes has just retained his undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship against Randy Orton in a hard-hitting competition match on SummerSlam. It was RKO and Crossroads for Cody to eventually pick up the win against Randy by delivering 3 devastating back-to-back Crossroads to pick up a win. A Crossroads trifecta for Cody to retain his championship. But the real shocker was after the match when the final boss would attack Cody Rhodes and deliver a rock bottom, planting Cody just like he had promised before he left. And he says, "Cody, I told you I'd be back, boy. You should never mess with the final boss. We'll have our moments soon." And with the Bloodline taking over on SmackDown, the newly formed Bloodline with Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga, The Rock is in charge, and the new tribal chief is assumed to be him, as he says, "Cody, I'm in charge for now because the final boss is back in business, and the Bloodline 2.0 is in business now. And you're gonna find out firsthand, boy, why we don't play around. We don't play around with people like you. We don't play around with people like that walking clown emoji Seth Rollins. And we don't play around with people like the Usos. So, how about this? You're gonna find out firsthand what the final boss is made of if you smell what the bloodline is cooking." And with this in mind, Cody is pacing back and forth in the ring, and he says something. He's got something on his mind, and he's gonna say it right now. As Cody says, "The Rock, we know how this all goes down. You're gonna do the same thing you always do, spew garbage from your mouth. It's the same old, but when are you gonna step in the ring with me? That's what I'm waiting for, you to be a man and have the balls to step in the ring." It's Solo Sikoa, and he emerges from backstage to distract Cody Rhodes. But what is he gonna say? He's just interrupted the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, but he doesn't say anything because he's just a distraction as Tama Tonga sneaks up behind Cody and attacks him and starts brawling with the American Nightmare, but they deliver blows to each other. It was just a ploy. It was just a distraction, pretty sure set up by The Rock, but Cody comes back and evades it and delivers a Crossroads, planting Tama Tonga. The plan is foiled. The ambush failed. Cody tosses him to the outside and says, "That's all you got, Rock? I'm ready for more. Send a whoever you want. It could be the president. I don't care. I'm done being nice, and I'm ready to get to fighting. So let's fight one-on-one." And the next week on Raw, Jey Uso is warming up for his match, but he's approached by Jimmy, and he says, "Hey, Uso, I know things ended rough for us, but I'm looking to move forward to a new chapter, and the Usos reuniting, the ones getting back together, the true ones, to take down Bloodline 2.0. Are you down, Uso?" Jey Uso says, "Look, Uso, I'm sorry, I don't trust you right now. You're gonna have to earn my trust, but I'll see you then. See you soon, Uso." Jimmy is left there speechless. Jey Uso doesn't trust him. What is Jimmy gonna do? How is he gonna earn Jey Uso's trust? We'll find out soon, but the next week on Friday Night SmackDown, Cody Rhodes is set for one-on-one action with Solo Sikoa, the new, was leader before The Rock came back, and these two would throw down on SmackDown. These two did not hold back one bit against each other. Cody Rhodes wanted to prove exactly why he's the American Nightmare, wanted to prove to the final boss that he deserves a chance, a match against them, and Cody Rhodes looking to prove why he's the undisputed champion. But with a quick distraction from Tama Tonga, just like that, the American Nightmare got distracted, and this match changed drastically as Solo Sikoa would take over now. And Tama Tonga would continue to get involved as he would slide a chair in to Solo Sikoa to give him the aid, and Solo Sikoa would pick it up and threaten to hurt the American Nightmare with the chair. He's looking to take him out, but Cody would come back and fight against Sikoa and avoid him knocking him out with the chair, and Cody would get in control, boom, with that bionic elbow, taking down Solo Sikoa. And Cody Rhodes would deliver the signature Cody cutter to take down Solo Sikoa on the chair, and the American Nightmare was fired up, and he's turned this match back in his favor. And then he would hit a Crossroads #1, and then a Crossroads #2, and then the final trifecta Crossroads to pick up the win against Solo Sikoa. It's a huge excitement for the crowd, but his celebration is interrupted by a quick video. Look who it is, Cody. Yeah, I told you, do not mess with the final boss, and you still wanted to stick your nose in my business. Well, this is what happens, and this is an example to people who stick their nose in my business. Oh my! Cody cannot believe what just happened. Jey Uso tossed by the final boss. Cody, this is what happens when you mess with me. Stop playing. We will have our fight, and it will be extraordinary. And the final boss walks out, giving that note. And next week on Raw, Cody stops Zayn and says, "Hey, Sami, I gotta talk to you. You saw what Rock did on SmackDown. He took out Jey. So just keep your head on a swivel, okay? We can stick through this battle together, and we're gonna stop the Bloodline 2.0. And Sami says, "Thank you, Cody, man. I know you got my back. I'll see you soon." And Sami heads to his match, but as Cody looks on at Sami Zayn, he's approached by a very interesting person. It's Paul Heyman. But what does he got to say to Cody? He says, "Cody, I know you think you're on the final boss's level, but you might not be as sharp as you think. I'm just here to let you know personally, as the wise man, be careful." And Cody responds, says, "Thank you, Heyman. I'll keep that in mind, but I feel like no doubt I'm more than ever ready to fight the final boss." And Paul Heyman agrees, says, "That's cool. Respect that. But if I had to give you any bit of advice, I would say, call Roman Reigns." And Paul Heyman walks off with saying that to Cody. But is Cody going to take Paul Heyman's advice and use that to his advantage against the final boss? We're yet to find that out, but later on that night, Sami Zayn will go into his match with Karrion Kross, and these two would trade blows at each other. Both of these men would tear apart each other in this match on Monday Night Raw. Zayn is looking to build his momentum ahead of Fastlane, and Zayn, taking out Karrion Kross, would deliver a super kick, and Zayn would send Karrion Kross into the corner to deliver a couple of blows to the face, giving him a couple of right hands, and then would deliver a hesitation drop kick in the corner. Karrion Kross was getting punished by Sami Zayn, and they call Karrion Kross a punisher, but he's getting punished right now. And Zayn goes up top and delivers a crossbody to take down Karrion Kross. And once Zayn would eventually get Kross back into the ring, he would toss him in. Zayn would continue on the beatdown against Kross, but Kross would get the upper hand as he delivers a counter, and then he would go to work on Zayn, delivering a headbutt to stun Zayn, and Kross was fired up. Kross wants to finish his Zayn this quick, but he's got Zayn where he wants him. Kross is in the corner, and he's looking to finish Zayn, but Zayn was able to counter and deliver an arm drag to Karrion Kross, and then he will follow it up desperately with a devastating brainbuster, dropping Karrion Kross on his head. And eventually Zayn will have Kross in the corner, set up for a Helova kick to close out this match, but it was interrupted with a DQ by Solo Sikoa with a Samoan spike, taking down Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn was gasping for air. And Sami Zayn desperately was about to get this win, but Solo Sikoa interrupts it, causing a disqualification. He picks up Zayn and delivers another Samoan spike, dropping Sami Zayn. Sami has no backup until it's Cody Rhodes who's came to help Zayn. But as quickly as he enters the ring is as quickly as Solo Sikoa exits the ring. And Cody is livid. He says, "This is what you do? This is the bullcrap you pull?" I'm guessing The Rock sent you to do his dirty work on Monday nights. Well, how about this, Solo? Me and you one-on-one at Fastlane. And I will show you the true power that I possess. And this was on. It was on. It was made official. Cody Rhodes and Sikoa one-on-one here on Fastlane. The fastest pay-per-view in WWE history. Fastlane. And Cody Rhodes will take on Solo Sikoa. He really was not afraid. He really wanted to punish Sikoa in order to get to the final boss, delivering a suicide dive outside of the ring on Sikoa. And he will pick up Sikoa and try to put Sikoa onto that announce table to potentially set up for something. We don't know what, though, as Solo Sikoa would counter it and not let Cody get the upper hand. Now Sikoa was in control with the upper hand, and he would deliver a Samoan drop on the outside of the ring, punishing Cody Rhodes on that back. And Sikoa would get in control, throwing Cody into the barricade. And now Sikoa was in control for the matter of this match, as he would plant Cody face first onto the mat. And now Sikoa looking to toss Cody back into the ring, but Cody would eventually counter, and he would get back into control. These men were going back and forth at it. A kick from Cody Rhodes, and then a running bulldog to Sikoa. Cody Rhodes is fired up, and the fans are rallied behind him. Cody tosses Sikoa back into the ring. He goes up to the top and delivers a diving drop kick, something you don't normally see from the American Nightmare, and then a twisting neck breaker to plant Solo Sikoa to try to get the win. Is it enough? 1, 2, but Sikoa would still stay in this match, and Cody was undoubtedly getting a little frustrated, but he would go under the ring and use this to his advantage. And 2, in this no disqualifications match, and Cody Rhodes has that chair and would beat down Solo Sikoa in this match. And it's no disqualifications. It's all legal. And Cody would toss that chair to Sikoa, I guess you could say, handing it to him. And Cody was fired up again. He was rallied up, and he would deliver a Cody cutter, a little off, but he was able to manage it and pull it out, and had enough of it to try to get the win, but it wasn't enough, I guess, because it wasn't fully operated correctly. Cody has got to try to finish it now, but he can't, because Solo Sikoa comes back and delivers a Uranagi on the chair. 1, 2, but a kick out from the American Nightmare. And Cody would make it back to his feet. He would shoot up and deliver a crossroads. Solo Sikoa was not expecting it. Is it enough to pick up the win, though? 1, 2, and then, of course, the interference from Tama Tonga in this no disqualifications match as he punishes Cody. Oh my goodness, Tama Tonga taking out Cody. But while this is going on, another devastating surprise awaits. It's Tama Tonga's brother, Tongaloa, and Tongaloa gets his surprise interrupted because another devastating surprise. The Usos are back together, reunited, and they come out and super kick Tongaloa. And now Jey Uso will get Tongaloa out of there, spoiling his surprise, and Jimmy will go right after Tama Tonga, the man who took him out on SmackDown, a super kick to Tama Tonga. And now Jimmy Uso will clear the ring of Tama Tonga as well. But the match is still on. Sikoa runs to the ropes, Cody runs to the ropes, and they collide against each other, and both men would drop to the mat in agonizing pain. And the real surprise awaits.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
It's the final boss. But what is he doing out here is the question. The Rock storms down. It looks like he's going to get involved, but just then. The crowd erupts for the historic Roman Reigns coming to save the day. And he runs down and he spears The Rock clean in half. No more final boss. No more replacement tribal chief. The OG is back. And he turns to Cody and he says, "Finish this thing, Cody. It's your story." And Cody counters the Samoan spike that Sikoa goes for. And he turns him around and there's number 1 of the Crossroads. He picks him up. Number 2 of the Crossroads. And the trifecta is just simply irreplaceable for the American Nightmare to pick up the win. Thanks to the tribal chief. But as soon as this match, and as historic as this moment is, it is far, and I mean very, very far from over. Because on the next week on Monday Night Raw, Solo Sikoa and Tama Tonga team on Roman Reigns and the Usos run out to try to save the day, and they do. As they brawl with Tama Tonga, Jey Uso takes out Tama Tonga and tosses him to the outside. And now Jimmy finally gets to get his hands on Solo Sikoa. And now gonna toss Sikoa outside of the ring as well to dispose of him. And the same happens on SmackDown when Cody brawls with Solo Sikoa backstage in the parking lot. And this is just going on. All this nonsense, all this madness, this brawl cannot be unbroken. And this is just terrible. All of these men are going at it. Super kick from Jimmy backstage. And Jay also in the garage taking out Tama Tonga. All of these men cannot wait to get their hands on each other. They're feeding. And these men cannot rest easy without knowing each other exist. And this is all led to the final boss walking down to the ramp, and he's got something to say. He says, hey, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. No. The Rock says, and it's all about The Rock says. It's not about what nobody else says, not even the people. The Rock says, it's not going to go down like this, boy. You know, it's been about a minute, and I still haven't got my match with Cody. So how about this? 4-on-4 War Games at Survivor Series. The Bloodline 2.0 takes on the OGs. And Cody attacks The Rock from behind. But it's an amazing stipulation to suggest. But Cody is not going to wait for that. He's going to go ahead and get his revenge on The Rock, beating down The Rock. The Rock said himself, it was since they haven't got a moment, they deserve this. Cody Rhodes slams The Rock face first on the apron, and now he picks up The Rock and tosses him back into the ring. And as Cody gets in the ring, he slips up and allows The Rock to hit a rock bottom, planting the American Nightmare. Now, the final boss has something to say. You want to try that again now, boy? And I'ma just assume you want to accept my challenge too. But before we get to that, The Rock has got something to do. Oh no, he has Cody set up for the most electrifying move, the People's Elbow. Taking down the American Nightmare. Will his be his fate at Survivor Series? But now, it was time. 4-on-4 Survivor Series War Games. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, starting it off. But who is he gonna start it off against is the real question.
If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
Here we go. Finally, face to face, Roman Reigns and The Rock. And these two go right after each other. Rock goes after Roman, and Roman goes after The Rock. And now both men are showing off, and Rock delivers a drop kick to get the upper hand against Reigns. And he will toss him to the other ring on the opposite side. And now The Rock is going to show out now, but Reigns will come back and pull in the face of the final boss. Reigns has finally changed. He's became the hero in this battle, the OG Bloodline versus the Bloodline 2.0. And now Roman going right after the final boss, showing him who's the boss, who's the real tribal chief. A big boot from Reigns. And now The Rock makes it back to his feet at a jumping clothesline for Reigns. And now Reigns kicking the midsection, delivering a blow right to the face of The Rock. But now, here's the next entrant, and it's Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa has entered the fray. And what is Solo Sikoa going to do? He's going around to the ring, and now he's getting something under the ring. A table to bring it to play. Remember, this War Games match will only start once everybody's entered. And now The Rock going in control off of that distraction by Sikoa. And The Rock and Sikoa now tossing Reigns to the other ring on the opposite side. And they're going to double team Reigns and gang up on him. But Reigns fighting back, taking out Sikoa. But The Rock, the final boss, gets involved now, helping Sikoa. And now we're waiting the countdown for the next entrant for Team Roman Reigns. And we find out it is the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, who is next. And he hurries up and rushes into the ring, trying to come to the aid of Roman Reigns, but The Rock is awaiting him. And he pulls up to the final boss. And they have an exchange of words. You ready to finally prove yourself to me, boy? Yeah. You ready to finally prove yourself to the final boss? And Cody says, I don't have to prove anything to you. All that matters is that all these people love me and they respect me. And Cody goes right after the final boss. These two have finally been waiting. They've already been going at it, but The Rock delivers the spine buster finally. These two finally get the showdown, but The Rock is looking to hit that people's elbow, but Cody makes it back to his feet. And he gets the fans rallied up behind him. And now he goes after the final boss and delivers those haymakers and stuff. The Rock took too much time. And now Cody with the kick, taking out The Rock. And now Cody with the bulldog, taking down the final boss. But now Solo Sikoa takes out Cody with the table. But Cody instantly gets back up. Cody's resiliency is off the charts. And now he's going after Sikoa, tossing him to the other side. But that distraction caused The Rock to take control as he delivers a rock bottom, planting the American Nightmare in the center of the ring. But the next entrance for both teams is none other than Tama Tonga and Jimmy Uso. Both men are entering the fray, and Tama Tonga taking out Roman Reigns with the chair as Jimmy tosses in a trash can, and Reigns comes in control with a big boot now. And eventually Cody Rhodes would pick up Tama Tonga and send him into a table, crashing face first into it. And eventually Tonga Loa would be the next and last entrance for Bloodline 2.0. But back to the ring as Cody delivers a devastating crossroads, planting Tama Tonga face first into the mat. And Cody Rhodes is fired up now, rallying off the crowd, and everybody is just going at it, throwing haymakers and going back and forth. And now Cody would finally deliver a crossroads to the final boss. And all of this is happening, and the match hasn't officially started. And Cody says, that's what you deserve. And then the last entrant, Jey Uso, he runs and rushes into the ring to help his team out as he goes straight off to Solo Sikoa first, delivering a clothesline. And now Sikoa was getting taken out by Jey as he delivers a right hand to Sikoa, and Cody Rhodes will toss the trash can down on Sikoa. And all of this was happening. The match is officially started. Bloodline 2.0, triple teaming on Roman Reigns. And then Team Roman is triple teaming Sikoa. It's nobody balanced. But eventually, Tama Tonga had enough, and he would flee the scene first, leaving the cage. And then following right behind him is, of course, his brother, Tonga Loa, fleeing the scene, leaving Sikoa and The Rock all by his lonesome. Jimmy Uso with a splash to Sikoa, crushing him. And The Rock is the last man standing, says, "What the is going on right now? Where's my team?" But out of nowhere, Reigns spears The Rock from behind. The Rock didn't realize, and Reigns says, "Finish it now, Cody. Now is your time to finish the story fully." Cody takes that advice from Reigns, and now the Crossroads #1, and he follows it up with the #2, and of course the trifecta of Crossroads allows them to pick up the win. The Bloodline saga is officially over. The real story has just got finished. Jimmy, Jay, Cody, and Reigns have all finished their story in historic fashion.